Okay, now we're recording. So thanks for hopping on. I don't want to keep you too long tonight, but I also have some exciting news to share. So thanks for getting on. Before we get into anything, I want to just touch on some announcement reminder type things. The first one is just a reminder that next weekend is Super Saturday or Friday or Sunday, depending on where you're located. I know like the Central Pennsylvania one is on Friday night. The Pittsburgh and Philly ones are on Sunday. And beyond that, I don't really follow all of them. So I apologize if I'm not touching on where yours is. But if you need help finding a location, we can absolutely hook you up with one close to you. So I will be attending the Philly Super Sunday. And I heard pretty exciting news that they're going to have actual beach bars there for sale. And if you haven't heard, we are releasing a brand new protein type bar on the 6th, which is Friday. So those will go live on our site on the 6th. And if you're coming to Philly, I know they're definitely going to have some there, so you can get your hands on them. If not, you can place your order as soon as Friday. I have some pretty exciting images to share with you guys that go over comparing, and I also have like the pricing listed out. So again, when I share those images, just remember you don't want to post those on your social media, but you can use them in conversations with people privately. When you post images like stock images or corporate images on your page, it looks really salesy and people end up just scrolling right through. But if you are in conversation with them and you want to tell them the different packages available, of course, a visual is way better than having to type it out or talk it out. So these visuals are for you to use when you're talking to people. If you haven't heard, the comparison between the bars is, first of all, it's super affordable in the protein bar industry. They can be really expensive, and especially with the Coach discount, these are going to be way competitive. So that's amazing. Like, you're not going to have a hard time with people saying, well, I'm going to buy this because it's cheaper, because that is not the case. The other thing is that we actually have like more protein, no artificial sugars, and we have a whole bunch of things that are way better when you compare them side by side to a lot of the protein bars on the market, which is also going to be huge for you in selling and exposing especially your challengers and things to them. So most people are probably already supplementing with one of these bars. Our job will be to get them to try the new ones and see what they think. And you can even talk about it kind of like you're looking for product testers, that kind of thing. And remember, I have tasted these bars, and I do know for a fact that they're actually really good. I know that we can be like a little hesitant with healthy stuff, but these are actually really amazing. I know my kids will love them even. So there's 3 different ways you can buy them. There's 2 flavors coming out. We have chocolate peanut butter and cherry chocolate almond, and you can buy them individually with 15 bars in a box. You can buy like a 2-pack, which has 1 of each flavor, 1 box of each flavor, or you can buy up to 3 that would be either all the same flavor, or maybe you really like chocolate peanut butter and your kids really like chocolate peanut butter, but your husband likes the chocolate cherry almond, so you might buy a 3-pack or a 3 bundle that has 2 peanut butter and 1 almond, or vice versa. So they can come up to 3 packages in an order, and that's the way that Beachbody has bundled them for us. So if you end up getting the 3-pack, I believe that will fulfill your requirements for like a 90 PV order on Home Direct if you wanted to remain like a diamond or above. So that is really exciting. You maybe have way too much Shakeology or way too much Performance Line stocked up. This is another way for you to get your 90 PV Home Direct order in. So again, that comes out on Friday the 6th, and they will be launching live on the site. Now, the other thing I wanted to just touch on really quick, and maybe you have and maybe you haven't heard this, is Autumn Calabrese is running a group called Obsessed with Coaching, okay? And this is similar to the structure of how, if you are currently in her coach test group for 80-Day Obsession, she's running a second group following the end of that one, and it's really targeted for coaches again, but to this time she's really going to be teaching us how to use 80-Day Obsession to improve your coaching, basically. So she's going to teach us how to talk to prospects about it, how to advertise for it on social media, and all of those things. So it's going to be really an amazing group. The qualification period to get into her group is, it started on March 19th and it will run through April 23rd. All you have to do to get into the group is sell one 80-day obsession challenge pack or completion pack. Okay, that's it. So if you've sold one from March 19th up till today, you're already qualified. If you haven't sold one yet, you have until April 23rd to do so. Then once you know you've qualified, you just search for the Obsessed with Coaching group on Facebook. You can look it up in the search bar, and then you can request to join it. It will ask you for your coach ID number, and then they will verify that you have indeed sold one of those completion or challenge packs, and then they will accept you into the group. So don't wait for an email from them. Instead, they're going to verify that you are qualified once you've requested to join the group, and then they'll send you a follow-up email with information. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope everybody really wants to be a part of that, because I think it will be a really amazing tool to kind of get inside her head on how to really market this program to improve our coaching. So does anyone have any questions on those quick announcements that I went over? Perfect. The big announcement I'm saving for the end, but I do have some exciting news. I'm sure you get tired of seeing my face all the time. And I honestly haven't had the best day today. And I had talked to my husband and I was like, hey, you want to talk on the team call? And he said, I was 100% expecting a no, but he actually has volunteered to share with us some insight tonight. I'm really excited to hear from him. If you haven't heard from him before, he has been really supportive in my coaching journey. He's a very silent partner of mine to make my business work. However, in the last few months, he's really started to be more vocal and help me sort of dig through some things that I think have been holding me back. He helps me stay accountable to our goals as a family. And he's kind of a personal development guru, if you will. He doesn't think that, but I totally do. Like everything that he stores in his brain from all the books that he's read over the years, he's able to, impart knowledge on us and he always gives me like the devil's advocate side of things, which is really helpful and annoying at the same time. It's not a bad thing though. It's really nice to be able to see things from another perspective because, sometimes we can get tunnel vision. So I'm excited to hear from him. I don't really know what he has in store for you. I'm going to take notes right along with you. And he said he would keep it brief, so hopefully we won't, keep you too long. But this is Jared.
Hi, guys. So you're going to have to bear with me a little bit. Alicia gave me like 10 minutes to come up with something, so I've been kind of thinking on what to say. But one of the big things, and, I don't know what your beliefs are, but I prayed, for God to give me some wisdom and, help you guys. Even if it's just one person moving forward in their business, it's better for me that I can help out. So, one of the big things that I've seen is, Alicia, MC, Deidre, Melanie, they can all teach every aspect of the business that you need. But the biggest thing is what can't be taught, and you have to be able to learn that, and you have to want to learn that. The biggest thing that I've seen is, a lot of Beachbody coaches, they are, and not necessarily consciously, but they are concerned and focused on achieving the next rank or selling a challenge pack. Okay. And my issue with that is when we're focused on ourselves and we put 100% focus on ourselves, we can't focus on two things at one time. So if we're focused on ourselves, we can't focus on somebody else or give them 100% of our time, effort, sympathy, empathy, whatever you want to say. We can't give that to them. So I just want to challenge you, in the next month, in the next, and it takes 21 days to form a habit. Everybody knows that. And the thing about it is it's going to be a process. It's going to be change. In order to change something, you need to change something. So if your business isn't going forward, you got to analyze it and see what it is. Now, these things, like I said, Alicia can teach you everything. MC, all of them can teach you the ins and outs of the business. But if you don't have the care and the willingness to help somebody else, then all that is, I mean, you're just spinning your wheels. So, and a lot of the things, you know, you're determined, you know, you guys are learning determination, you guys are learning hard work, you know, all different aspects of what you need to succeed in this business. But there are things as far as discipline in growing personally, okay? If we don't grow personally, then we're never going to be able to move forward. So, I mean, that's one of the main things that has been on my heart is I think a lot of people, you know, even outside of Beachbody, we're always focused on I. You know, a lot of the words that come out of our mouth are I want this, I've done that. Okay, we're not focused on other people. And, you know, I think that's one of the problems with the world is nobody's focused on anybody else. It's always about what can I do? What can I say? What's my opinion? Okay. And I mean, if we can all just focus on helping the other person, you know, even if you have to run free groups. I know, you know, a lot of Beachbody coaches don't like to say that, but even if you run free groups, okay, you run a FitBet challenge and you just add people into the group, whether they're working out at the gym, whether they're doing Zumba, whatever they're doing, just support them in that. And they're going to see your success. They're going to see what you're doing. They're going to see all that stuff. So I think it's more of what you want to become, what you want to do, what your determination is, how much you want to help people, instead of focusing on how can I move my business forward? Well, how can I help somebody else profit or get their goals by my advice? So the only way that I can, you know, even describe how you can work on that is you have to be able to understand people, right? Everybody has different personalities. Everybody has different love languages. Everybody is different, okay? So a very good book that I've read, and I know, you know, Alicia has read the book with it's the red, the yellow, the blue, the white, you know, the different personalities. I've read a different book. It's personality profiles. And it's the same thing, only it's not color coded. There's melancholy, there's sanguine, you know, just different words. But really dig into that and understand how to communicate with people. You know, I mean, for Alicia, you tell her she can't do something and she'll do it. MC, you tell her she can't do something, she's going to shut down. So you need to know who you're talking to in order to get to know that person and relate to them and know how to move forward with them and how to help them get what they want. The 5 Love Languages is a great book, not only for your spouse, but for other people, you know, people on your team or challengers or people that you're inviting, you know, find out what makes them tick, find out what they like, find out, you know, what they don't like, find out what makes them more inept to change themselves and actually bring out the reason why they want to accomplish their dreams. I mean, there shouldn't be, you know, every conversation that you have, you shouldn't be any more than 5 to 10 sentences away from what they want. If you start going any longer than that, then they lose sight of that and they lose their vision, they lose their determination, they lose their work ethic, they lose all that. So the biggest thing, guys, is just, I mean, and I've, you know, it's a process. It really is. And you have to want to, just like you want to work out. I mean, sometimes you don't want to, but you know you have to, right? It's the same thing. You have to want to change. You have to want to help other people. And the only way you can do that is, number one, changing your mindset and changing how you interact with people. and then you'll be able to help them. So I kind of hope that makes sense to you guys. I mean, there's a lot of different things that, I mean, I could just go on a rant, but I'm not going to do that to you. That's just one of the things that was really on my heart is, you know, focusing on somebody else, you know, and that's the biggest thing. If people are going to see your personality, I mean, whether you know it or not, I mean, you could have all the right intentions, but if you're having a bad day, people are going to pick up on that. If you're having a crappy week, people are going to pick up on that. If your business isn't moving forward, then you're not going to be as passionate, and people are going to pick up on that. So you gotta watch. I mean, attitude is a big thing as well. You know, guys, post little Post-it notes on all around your house. You know, I can, I will, I must. You know, I will be this, I will do that. Just different positive affirmations that you can help yourself stay positive. You know, will make a difference. Trust me, it will make a difference. So I hope that helped at least one person. I mean, that's the main goal. Like I said, I didn't have too much time to say anything. Alicia likes to spring things on me, but just something you guys, you know, to think about, right? And we all can do that, myself included. So hope you guys have a great night. It's glad to see everybody. There's a few more people on here than I saw the last time I was on here. So I hope, you know, one day I'll get to meet all you guys in person and, you know, be able to experience, you know, your personality, and I'm sure you're all great people. So, all right. God bless, guys. Have a good night.
See, he always has good information. So I took a lot of notes when he was talking. And like one thing that really speaks to me, and I can get caught up in my goals and my aspirations and my dreams, as we all do. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. It's just that when you're talking to your challengers or prospective challengers, you know, at the end of the day, we are coaches because we want to help someone else change and feel good and be in this community and be surrounded by this positive people and this positive mindset, right? So that's why we're here. So while it's amazing to have goals and they are important and it's important to keep us positive, when we're talking with people, and I know this is really difficult, we're automatically going to want to push them the way we like to be pushed. So you know how he talked about, you know, I might be motivated differently than Mary Carolyn. So for me, I have that attitude with like, why don't you just suck it up and do it, you know? But I can't use the same type of attitude that works on me with prospective people or with my challengers when they get stuck, or with my coaches even when they get stuck. So what I'm saying is it's our natural instinct to think and like dig deep and say, okay, well, what motivates me, that will motivate them. But that's not always the case if they're not made up the way you are made up. So that is why it is really important to get to know the different personality types that he was mentioning in the book. And there's actually like an online training I can provide both for you. Personality Profile, Personality Plus, I believe, is the book. And it just goes over like 4 distinct types of people, and each of those have a color associated with them. And so if you've ever heard me say I'm a red, that's pretty uncommon. Most people are, you know, primarily one color and secondarily is another color. And I kid that I'm a red. I'm not really a red. I just have a lot of red in me, but I also have a secondary color as well. And the different types of colors that are out there signify different things. It's not only, it's the way that you interact with people. It's what motivates you. It's what, you know, keeps you up at night. It's how you view the world. It's so informative that I literally find, and my kids will even tell you, they know what their colors are. They will be able to look at like somebody that we meet and be like, oh my gosh, Mom, that guy is totally a yellow. Or something like Andrea, I almost 100% guarantee her first color is a yellow. So my kids have already, I use it on my kids. I use it with my family members. I use it with my mom. And what happens is, like, if you have two of the same color personality, while that can be great, it can also cause conflict. So I'm a red personality. My mom's a red personality. And that isn't good all the time. A red is very determined and driven and thinks that they know everything. And guess what? When my mom and I are at it and we both think we know everything, we don't get anywhere. So my red is actually like toned down a lot since becoming a coach and getting really good at the personalities. And I've taken on a lot more blue, which is strange, but it really has, because I'm just so much more self-aware of the way I'm coming off to people. And I don't want to be abrasive. I don't want, people to perceive me that way. And like, there's a time for my red to come out, and there's a time to put it away, is what I'm getting at. So I really hope that you'll dive into the personality profiles. And I want you, I can even post it. It's something that we've done a couple times throughout the years, but I do think it's time for a refresher. I can post a little online quiz that you can take and figure out what your color is. And then from there, not only learn about your color, but learn about the other colors as well. So you can be able to use them in your conversations, more readily. So, and that is going to result in more conversations getting deeper. And you know that the only way someone's going to sign up with you is if they trust you. And you can't get to that level of trust with someone until you really dug into them, getting to know them at their core. So if you're having trouble getting people to commit, maybe this can help you. Maybe this is what's missing. Maybe not. I'm not saying that it's going to be like your magical potion, but this can always improve things, you know what I mean, in your life. And you don't have to just use it in coaching. Like I said, you can use it in everything, at work, at home, in coaching, etc. So I really hope that speaks to you. Yeah, you wanted to add something.
So let me just add this. Let me give you, I want to challenge everybody. And I'll do this too. So this week, what I challenge you to do is on Facebook or when you're out and about, and this might be easy for some people, it might be hard for some people, especially me. I'm not an outgoing person. So, but what I want to do is challenge you to start a conversation with somebody that you don't know, and don't talk about Beachbody or anything. Just start a conversation with them, find out where they're from, what they like to do, how many kids they have. Just take an interest in somebody else, a complete stranger, okay? I'll do the same thing. And let's be honest, we need to be honest with ourselves, right? We can tell somebody something, but if we're, at the end of the day, if we're not honest with ourselves, then who are we kidding, right? So be honest with yourself, start a conversation with somebody, and take an interest in somebody else, okay?
Sounds good.
That's it. Sorry.
No, I like that idea. So there was this one girl on our team that talked about when she was really struggling in the beginning with even just getting comfortable with her warm market kind of expired, and she really had to start digging into her cold market. She literally would go to the grocery store in like the produce section and talk to somebody, a complete stranger, and it would be about like, how do you what's the best apple this time of year, or how do you pick the right pineapple? And I don't know if you know this, but if you actually want a ripe pineapple, if you pull the inside, like, what are they, leaves, I guess, off the top, if they come out super easily, then it's ripe. If they're like hard to get out, then it's not ripe. I learned that. You could easily like ask a question like that, or impart that knowledge on someone that's shopping in the pineapple section. You don't have to do this at the grocery store, obviously, but I'm just giving you an idea. And what happened, this girl tells the story. Her name's Taylor. She's on the Dream Team. She just talks about how she became friends with this lady at the grocery store. And in the conversation, they ended up exchanging contact information, and they became Facebook friends. And now that girl is a coach on her team, because that day she didn't mention coaching. She didn't mention Beachbody, but they became Facebook friends. And she began seeing Taylor posting about coaching and working out at home and all of that. So the girl became a challenger and then eventually became a coach. We're not saying like that's the goal of this activity, that you need to go find your next coach. But we're just saying that is what can happen when we like open up and like start seeing beyond our own little world, taking a genuine interest in other people. And at the end of the day, we know that this opportunity is amazing. We want as many people as we can to hear about it, but we just have to be more intentional about caring about what they want. And then, of course, there will come a time and place where our paths will cross and coaching will come up, or challenge groups will come up or something. So it always happens inevitably. So yeah, I know Allison does that at the grocery store. So it's really cool. And I totally agree with you, Allison, that, you know, you haven't changed. We're all going to be the same people at our core, but we just get better at relating to others through this process. So I hope that helps you. I wanted to see if you had any questions on that, and I will provide the book and the test that you can take to dig into this more. And then let us know in the team page this week once you have made your contact. Jared's in the team page. He can let us know when he's made his. Tell us what you learned about the random stranger you approached or you started a conversation with. And I want to hear about it. But that leads me to the exciting announcement. I thoroughly believe in face-to-face communication. So while it's amazing that we have, almost all of us have met virtually, it's so much more powerful to get together in person. So last year at this time, we held a retreat. It's been popping up in our time hops, and it's like making me really sad. We held a retreat where we got together. People flew in from Florida, people flew in or drove in from New York, all over. And we had an Emerald retreat. And literally it is not intended to be a Beachbody event. It's just more of a team building unity type event, an opportunity for you to like interact face to face with people on the team that you've talked to maybe a year or more in virtually, and you've never actually met them. So what I found was so crazy is like these people that I had never met in person, when we met, it was like, how have we never met? Like, I feel like I know you so well. So it was a really cool phenomenon, and I want to give that opportunity again. So it's a little bit of recruiting motivation. It's a little bit of pushing. Oh my gosh, my girls are screaming. It's a little bit of incentive for you to move your business forward, because let's face it, we can all stay where we're comfortable, or we can push outside of our comfort zone and hopefully advance, right? So to be qualified for this, it will be like a Saturday all day into Sunday. And some ideas that we've discussed going to like a trampoline park and doing a workout in the morning. We've talked about, I don't even know, like literally we can totally discuss this as a team, but maybe like pedicures together, or maybe a makeover session with each other. We'll take pictures. Maybe we will do another paint night like we did, kind of just really fun, non-Beachbody related stuff. It's not like this will be a training. My goal is to have our upline coach, you know, Deidre, stop by so she can meet some of you. But it will be open to anyone that reaches the rank of Emerald. And I just kind of wanted to get it out there, you know, a while so you can save the date. The dates get really tricky as we start looking ahead, because every weekend kind of tends to like have something. So we're going to basically give you a month to sort of move your business to Emerald if you haven't. And that also includes other people that can do the same. You know, so if you enroll a coach and they become Emerald by that date, they are more than welcome to attend as well. So the dates, let me double check. I don't want to tell you the wrong one. It will be Saturday, April 28th, and Sunday, April 29th. Because after that, we get into like Mother's Days and Memorial Days and all kinds of stuff. So April 28th and 29th is going to be the date. It will be in, well, I'll give you more specifics. It'll be in Central PA. I'll post everything about it, but I just wanted to kind of give you the date. some people, you know, may or may not be able to travel in, and if you can't, we will absolutely include you virtually in as much as we can. You know, whether I don't know what we have planned, but I just don't want people that are far away and just can't make it to miss out. So we'll definitely include you as much as possible through things like Zoom. The only requirement is Emerald. And Emerald, if you're new, is simply signing up 2 coaches. 2 people just like you, whether it's a discount coach or a working coach, it doesn't matter. But basically, you need to have your best friend and your mom, or your husband and your sister. I don't know. Everybody kind of goes Emerald on family usually, because that's the most comfortable when you're getting started. So if you can enroll 2 people and be officially an Emerald, by that date, you are welcome to attend. So tomorrow we'll give you all the details I have, you know, that I have worked out so far, and more like an agenda type thing printed up. So I just wanted to give you that information. I'm really excited about it. It is a great time. There's just so much to be said about meeting you in person. So I really look forward to it. And Super Saturday is great, but not everyone, you know, goes to the same one. So hopefully this is a way to get us all in the same place. So that is that. I don't want to keep you any longer. Does anyone have any questions? I can't wait to hear about your random stranger encounter this week. And let's see. I will look forward to posting the details of the Emerald retreat, okay? All right, guys, thanks for hopping on. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for listening to my hubby, and we will talk soon.